Mono green, let's take a look at some of these cards. We have Allies at Last, 3-cost instant affinity for allies. Up to 2 target creatures you control each deal damage equal to the power to target creature an opponent controls. Then we have Avatar Destiny, 4-cost enchantment aura, enchant creatures you control. They get +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard and is an avatar in addition to its other types. When an enchanted creature dies, mill cards equal to its power. Return this card to its owner's hand and up to 1 creature card milled this way to the battlefield under your control. We have Badgermole, 5-cost creature. Badgermole, when this creature enters, Earthbend 2. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have trample. Then we have the Cub variety, 2-cost creature, Badgermole. When this creature enters, Earthbend 1. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. Then we have the Boulder, Ready to Rumble, 4-cost legendary creature, human warrior performer. When he attacks, Earthbend X, where X is the power or is the number of creature you control with power 4 or greater. Then we have Boomy, Keen of 3 Trials, 6-cost legendary creature, human noble ally. When he enters, choose up to X, where X is the number of blessing cards in your graveyard. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on Boomy. Target player's scry is 3, Earthbend 3. Then you have Cycle of Renewal, 3-cost instant lesson, sacrifice land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then you have Diligent Zookeeper, 4-cost creature, human citizen ally. Each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types to a maximum of 10. Then you have the Earth King, 4-cost legendary creature, human noble ally. When he enters, create a 4/4 green bear creature token. When one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, search your library for up to that many basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then you have Earth Kingdom General, 4-cost creature, human soldier ally. When this creature enters, Earthbend 2. When you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature, you may gain that much life. Do this only once each turn. Earth Rumble, 4-cost sorcery, Earthbend 2. When you do, up to 1 target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. Then you have Earthbender Ascension, 3-cost enchantment. When this enchantment enters, Earthbend 2. Then search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, it has 4 or more quest counters on it. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains trample until end of turn. Then you have Earthbending Lesson, 4-cost sorcery lesson, Earthbend 4. Earthern Ally, 1-cost creature, human soldier ally. This creature gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. By spending 2 and 1 of each mana color, you can Earthbend 5. Elemental Teachings, 5-cost instant lessons. Search your library for up to 4 land cards with different names to reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then you have Flopsy, Boomy's buddy, 6-cost legendary creature, Ape Goat. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Each creature you control with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Then you have Foggy Swamp, Vinebender, 4-cost creature, human plant ally. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Waterbend 5, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, activate only during your turn. The Great Divide Guide, 2-cost creature, human scout ally. Each landing ally you control has tap, add 1 mana of any color. Haru, Hidden Talent, 2-cost legendary creature, human peasant ally. When another ally you control enters, Earthbend 1. Invasion Tactics, 5-cost enchantment. When this enchantment enters, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Whenever one or more allies you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Kyoshi Island Plaza, 4-cost legendary enchantment, Shrine. When it enters, search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. Put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Whenever another shrine you control enters, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Then you have Leaves from the Vine. It is a 2-cost saga. With 1 lore counter, you can mill 3 cards, then create a food token. At 2 lore counters, you can put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. Then at 3, draw a card if there's a creature or lesson card in your graveyard. Then we have the Legend of Kyoshi, which is another saga, 6-cost. With the 1 lore counter, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Earthbend X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That land becomes an island in addition to its other types. Then finally at Earthbend, or at 3 lore counters, you can exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed on your control. It transforms into Avatar Kyoshi, legendary creature, Avatar. Lands you control have trample and hexproof. You can tap to add X mana of any 1 color, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Then you have Origin of Metal Bending, 2-cost instant lesson, choose 1, destroy target artifact or enchantment, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Then you have Ostrich Horse, 3-cost creature, Burr Horse. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then you have Pillar Launch, 1-cost instant, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains reach until end of turn, untap it. Then you have Rosh's Audience. It's a 2-cost creature, Human Citizen. You can tap to add a green. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, add 2 instead. Then you have Rebellious Captives, 2-cost creature, Human Peasant Ally. With Exhaust 6, put 2+1/+1 counters on this creature, then Earthbend 2. Then you have Rocket Launch, 3-cost Sorcery Lesson, Earthbend X, where X is the number of forests you control with flashback for 6. Then your Rocky Rebuke, 2-cost instant, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Then you have Saber-Tooth Moose Line, 6-cost creature, Elk Cat with Reach and Force Cycling 2. Then you have Seismic Sense, 1-cost Sorcery Lesson. Look at the top X card of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Shared Roots, 2-cost Sorcery Lesson. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Sparring Dummy, it's a 2-cost artifact creature, Scarecrow with Defender. By tapping, you can mill a card. You may put a land card milled this way into your hand. You gain 2 life if a lesson card is milled this way. Top the Blind Bandit, 3-cost legendary creature, Human Warrior Ally. When Toph enters, Earthbend 2. Toph's power is equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on lands you control. They have True Ancestry, 2-cost Sorcery Lessons. Return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a clue token. Turtle Duck, 1-cost creature, Turtle Duck. By spending 3 until end of turn, this creature has base power 4 and gains trample. Then you have Unlucky Cabbage Merchant, 2-cost creature, Human Citizen. When this creature enters, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it into your battlefield tapped. If you search your library this way, put this creature on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. Then Wild Top Sentries, it's a 3-cost creature, Human Soldier Ally with Reach and Death Touch. When this creature dies, if there's a lesson card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. Then you have Beastmaster Ascension, 3-cost enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you may put a quest counter on this enchantment. As long as this enchantment has 7 or more quest counters on it, creatures you control get +5/+5. Elemental Bond, 3-cost enchantment. Whenever a creature you control with power 3 or greater enters, draw a card. The Banyan Tree, 9-cost, also known as Great Henge, legendary artifact. This spell costs X to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. By tapping, you can add 2 green. And you also gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. Then you have Heartbeat of Spring. It's a 3-cost enchantment. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. Heroic Intervention, 2-cost instant. Permanents you control get hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Then you have the Earth Rumble Triumph, 5-cost, also known as Return of the Wild Speaker. Instant. Choose 1. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. Then here it's Rites of Flourishing, 3-cost enchantment. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Each player may pay an additional land on each of their turns. Then you have a Taunting Challenge, 3-cost sorcery. All creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. Swamp Benders, it's a 6-cost creature, Human Druid Ally. Swamp Benders' power and toughness are equal to the number of swamps on the battlefield. Lands you control are swamps in addition to their other types. Then you have Uncle's Musings, a 4-cost sorcery. With Converge, return up to X permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. You can exile it. Animal Attendant, 2-cost creature, Human Citizen. By tapping, you can add 1 mana of any color. If that mana is spent to cast a non-human creature spell, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. The Art of Tea, 2-cost instant lesson. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Create a food token. Then you have Avatar Kyoshi, Earthbender, which is an 8-cost legendary creature, Human Avatar. During their turn, Avatar Kyoshi has hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Earthbend 8, then untap that land. Bison Whistle, 2-cost artifact. By spending 1, you can tap. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a Bison card, you may put it into your battlefield. Put it onto the battlefield. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Then you have Bosco, just a bear, 5-cost legendary creature, bear. When Bosco enters, create a food token for each legendary creature you control. Then by spending 3, you can sacrifice a food, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Bosco. He gains trample until end of turn. Then you have Boomy's Feast Lecture. It's a 2-cost sorcery lesson. Create a food token. Then Earthbend X, where X is the number of foods you control. Then you have the Cabbage Merchant, 3-cost legendary creature, Human Citizen. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, create a food token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, sacrifice a food token. Tap 2 untap food tokens you control to add 1 mana of any color. Then you cracked Earth Technique, 5-cost sorcery lesson. Earthbend 3, then Earthbend 3, you gain 3 life. Creeping Crystal Coating, 3-cost enchantment, aura, flash. Enchanted creature gets +0/+3 and it has whenever this creature attacks, create a food token. Then your Crystalline Armor, 4-cost enchantment, aura, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control and it has trample. Then you have Elephant Mandrill, 3-cost creature, Elephant Monkey. With Reach, when this creature enters, each player creates a food token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact your opponent controls. Then we have Heibai, Forest Guardian, 4-cost legendary creature, Bird or Bear Spirit. When Heibai enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a shrine card. You may put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. By spending one of every color for each legendary enchantment you control, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. With this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. Then you Kyoshi Warriors Exemplars, 4-cost creature, human warrior ally. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Then your Master's Guidance, a 3-cost enchantment. Whenever you attack with 2 or more legendary creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target attacking creatures. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. So you have Solid Ground, 4-cost enchantment. When this enchantment enters, Earthbend 3. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. Then your Tail of Katara and Toph, 3-cost enchantment. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time during each of your turns, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then your Tectonic Split, with 6-cost enchantment, has an additional cost to cast the spell. Sacrifice half the lands you control, rounded up. Hexproof. Lands you control have tap, added 3 mana of any one color. Toph, Earthbending Master, 4-cost legendary creature, human warrior ally with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you get an experience counter. Whenever you attack, Earthbend X for X of the number of experience counters you have. Descendant's Path, 3-cost enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card that shares a creature type with a creature you control, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't cast it, put it on the bottom of your library. Inspiring Call, 3-cost instant. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures get indestructible until end of turn. Mini Partyings, 1-cost sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, create a food token. Boomy, a Celtic Earthbender, 5-cost legendary creature, human noble ally. When Boomy enters, Earthbend 1. Whenever Boomy attacks, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each land creature you control. Eel Hounds, a 4-cost creature, fish dog, trample. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of turn. Then you have Frog Squirrels, a 2-cost creature, frog squirrel with reach. Hippo Cows, 5-cost creature, Hippo Ox, trample. This creature can deal excess damage, combat damage to a player it's attacking. Match the Odds, 3-cost sorcery lesson. Create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature your opponent controls. Seismic Tutelage, 4-cost enchantment aura, enchant creature. When this aura enters, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Explore, 2-cost sorcery. You may play an additional land this turn, draw a card. Obscuring Haze, 3-cost instant. If you control a commander, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. Prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn by creatures your opponent controls. Then we have Worldly Tutor, 1-cost instant. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. Well, that was a quick look at all the mono green cards you'll find in the new Avatar Last Airbender set. Let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be chasing any of these cards, what cards you're going to be including in your decks. Curious to find out. And also, if you think of any combos with mono green cards, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.